Hi, welcome to this video day. It's the 6th of March, it's Sunday, it's our weekly Forex forecast. In this video, we're going to be picking out some of our favourite pairs for the up and coming week, which we think could offer good risk reward trading opportunities. Now, there's a lot of pairs that look interesting this week. We have had a big move up in volatility in FX markets in response to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Now, that volatility will not be dying down any time soon. Huge amounts of problems in the global economy, inflation at 40-year highs, central banks having to hike rates when basic global growth is topping out. Now, in terms of trading the volatility, I'm just going to give some tips on trading high volatility and sentiment in this video as we go through the pairs. Now, what we're going to do is, go and look at the trade setups. Just before we do so, just always keep in mind, it's my view as of this moment in time. It can, of course, change in line with the market action. If you want to learn all our trading techniques, and you also want to see our daily technical sentiment analysis of 14 FX pairs, all you need to do, click on the link beneath this video and get live access to our member centre. You can also follow us on Facebook. Join our Facebook group of traders if you want to. And finally, check out our recommended regulated broker. Now, I've been doing some work in our member centre this weekend, so I'm going to use the charts from there. Let's go and take a look at the pairs.
First chart, Euro USD. Then, in terms of new to our videos, when we do our analysis, we've always got a bias from sentiment first of all, which way we're going to go, and that keeps our technicals very simple. So we'd only use what we consider to be really big levels of support and resistance. Now, in terms of this pair, we got in at 114.20. We're bearish of the euro before Russia invaded Ukraine. You saw a kind of gentle decline, then it speeds up as the Ukraine crisis got worse. It's about 500 pips from our entry now. Is there more downside to come? I personally think so. We're targeting monthly support at 105, then 1000. Okay, so you got a nice bearish candle that takes out 110 here. This is the first target, which is 2016 lows. Now, in terms of Eurozone, back in 2016, it was in much better shape than it is now. I think we could probably overrun the 105 level and get down to the par level, which was reached, I think, in 2003. So potentially 900 more pips longer term on the downside. Now, just before I go back to the daily chart and give some ideas of getting in short, if you wish to do so, I just want to look at this chart here, which comes from COT basis on the COT net traders positions. Regular viewers will know we always keep an eye on this report, and it gives you the movements of two key groups: commercials, they're hedgers, okay, and large speculators. Now, large speculators, if we look at what they were doing, is they came in and started buying the euro as it moved up to 114, and they kept buying, okay? Commercial hedgers, smart money, dropped short against them. Now, the positions are compiled as of last Tuesday, so I think a lot of that speculative long position will have gone, if not all of it. And those large speculators will now be wanting to go short, okay? So I see large speculators pressuring the euro lower. Now, in terms of how bad things are in Eurozone, I'm sure most people are familiar with the energy crisis, but look at this chart here. You've got European gas up at 316, nearly 317. Look at US gas, 27.8. The real problem for Eurozone is just so heavily dependent on Russia for energy. 25% of imports come from Russia in terms of coal, gas, and crude. Those prices are going to stay elevated. They could well cause a recession in the zone. Right, going back to the chart. Sorry, on the other chart. How would you play this one if you wanted to get in? We did go down and poke 109 and came back above the level. If we were to open below 109, I think that is a sell. Okay. Now, in terms of if that happened, you could put your stop behind the first level resistance here. Otherwise, if we rallied up towards this level, you could look to sell weakness, stop back behind the second level. Okay. So it's not that much risk against potential reward, obviously, if our view is correct. I think this is a big trend now that is getting in motion. It's got a long way to go to the downside. Now, in terms of this rally here, when we moved above 114, there was speculation the ECB could raise rates 4 times this year. That now is not, in our view, going to happen. Eurozone faces recession, huge problems. Okay, so looking for more downside in Euro USD. Now, in recent weekly forecasts, we've been saying, that we really liked the look of Euro proxies or Euro correlated currencies, the Eastern Europeans in particular, which I want to go to and take a look at. Now I'm going to start with USD CZK. The CZK regular viewers of our videos will know that this pair has had our major exposure in terms of risk since the start of the year. We got decent trade at the turn of the year here, and then another small profit on this trade up from the lows. The latest trade, really big move to the upside. Now, in terms of this being our favorite position, it was. Now our risk is very small. I've taken 2/3 of our trade away. I just want to see if possibly we might just have one more shoot to the upside. Okay, so we've got enough. Most of it is in the bank now. Now, in terms of catching big trends, we got this one, and also we traded USD PLN and Huff with the USD long, similar moves. Okay, there's plenty of big trends that we've missed. I want to come to one in particular a little later in this video, which is I wanted to go long Euro GBP, Euro and GBP against the AUD. I thought we'd get a turn last week. I did a video. The video was out of date as soon as I put it online. The AUD absolutely hammered the Euro and GBP. But I think, we're looking to get long. I think they look attractive risk-reward trades. I'll come to them a little later in the video. Now, a lot of people saying to me, with USD CZK, where could we dip back to? And also in USD PLN and Huff. At this stage, I don't know because it's kind of just bubbled higher. Can't give an entry on a dip because just the way the price action is. I do actually do. A lot of people ask me for daily FX videos. We do them in the site. They're in the trade alert section for members. If you want to go and check that page out. If you're not a member of ours, you want more details, just email us. Okay. So those went well. We're happy with what we've got. We'll just see if we get a little bit more on the upside. Now, going to another long-term favourite of ours, it's Euro JPY. Been following her down since she broke 132. 3 trades in this one. Our latest trade doing really well with this big red, taking out 126.50 monthly resistance. Now, in terms of this one's got a long way to go on the downside as well. Okay, this trend is just starting in my view. I've got monthly support at 120, but I'm going to change that or extend it. I want to extend it down to 115. So this support zone where my cursor is. Now, in terms of, I've already noted 126.50, that level there as basically a monthly resistance level. We're sitting right on 125. 125 gives way. I think, we'll just follow through to the downside. So in terms of playing this one, if we go through 125, that's the candle tail low, it's a sell. Okay, stop behind first level resistance, the big monthly level. What about if we rally? If we rally, you could come off this level on weakness, stop behind this second level. So in terms of risk reward, if our view, of course, has to come correct, the risk is not very much against the reward potential. Okay, so we shall see what happens with this pair. I'll go cover a couple of other yen pairs a little later in this video, but next pair I want to go to is USD CAD. Right, USD CAD, and we've had a horrible price action actually over the last couple of months. We've had a long bias. We haven't really got anywhere. Small profits and small losses. Now, I think the USD is getting ready for a big move to the upside. My logic is based upon, we had Bank of Canada last week. This red candle here, where the USD got pushed down, market obviously taking the Bank of Canada as hawkish. I felt they were cautious. USD did poke through 126, then quickly recovered. Okay, now obviously crude prices are strong, but USD CAD has really just chopped sideways. So if we look at oil, look at those candles to the upside. Not really pressuring the USD down. I think market's underestimating how many times the Fed may raise interest rates. I think we could get more risk aversion next week, which would be good for the USD. I would just come in long above, if we come in above 127, then look for chart highs. Now I'm looking for 130, then 135. Let me just go over to the monthly chart. So 1 month. So you got 3 candles, not doing too much, volatility relatively low, just around the 20-month moving average. If we start pushing up the big level of resistance, first one is 130 over here, and then 135. CAD just very, very overbought. In my own views, this is worth a long. You can put a small trade in. If you see a big blue in your favor, you can add to it, okay? So this one, we're just waiting upon, really. We should see what happens next week. Pairs I want to look at, the first one is AUD JPY. Now, in terms of missing moves, AUD's worked its way up really nicely against the JPY. I felt with the Ukraine crisis coming in, the yen would firm on its safe haven status against the commodity currencies. But AUD has done really well, pushed up to test 85 on Friday. Now, in terms, if you look at the reasons why people are saying in the media, it's to do with strong commodity prices. That's supportive for the AUD. Normally it would be, okay, but I think the AUD will break down. And my logic is basically, you think of commodity prices, okay? Why are they rising? Not rising because of a good global economy. It's to do with supply problems. And this is a really good article on Zero Hedge, A World at War, Global Recession Next. This guy is actually, I think, right. In terms of, you look at commodity prices, best start since 1915 for the commodity complex. And the global economy is not in good shape and cannot take these high commodity prices. So I think the yen is going to get some safe haven buying. Also, I think what's in the mix here is the market is seeing more rate hikes going forward for Australia than the central bank do. So I think possibly the good news is in. We'll have to see if price action confirms, but we poked at 85. If we break through support, I think we'll see a sizable correction to the downside. If we break above 85, I'd look to sell back through the level with a stop behind daily chart highs, which I'm highlighting, which is behind the 86 level. Okay. CAD JPY. This is a bit like USD CAD. It's been really scrappy price action, but you had that big move up there, and we managed to get a short in just above the 91 level. We came down on Friday. I haven't drawn the level in, but you've got basically support at 90, the round number. If we get through 90 in the low, I think we will move sharply to the downside. A lot of speculators are long. If we break lower, your stop can just be behind this level here, so not too much risk. If we move to test that level, you can come off it on weakness, stop behind the 91 level. So in terms of JPY, it's done well on the euro, but surprised at the action in the commodity or against the commodity currencies. But we'll see next week if the yen can get some strength. Right, now let's have a look at some GBP pairs. GBP AUD, and it's a really massive fall. I thought we were going to rally back on Thursday, but look at that big red on Friday. Sliced out the 180 level, which was support on the monthly chart. It's now resistance. Now, we know why traders are bullish of the Aussie. They're bearish of the pound because UK is exposed to the Russia-Ukraine crisis, and traders saying, well, the Bank of England won't be able to raise rates quickly now. They have to power back their rate rises. I think the bad news is probably in for the pound. We could run on lower, but if we run on lower, I'll reset my entry again. But at the moment, I've put it at 180.20 above the resistance level with a stop clear of the low. We finished at 179.39. Just going to go back behind the next round number at 178.80. So it's decent reward to first target against risk. Now, I think traders who came in early into the trend down will have moved their stops down and I think there's a lot of people late to the party. So I'm looking for a move through, and hopefully we follow through quickly and we get our stop up. Okay, so yeah, risk to reward on this one I think is good. Yeah, the move down on Friday did surprise me. You should never be surprised what happens in FX, but vertical rises or vertical falls, the really big ones, tend to have retracements. So we'll see if the GBP can retrace the upside. GBP terms of this one, another big red on Friday. What I'm going to do here is buy through the 194 level. You can see I've drawn that level in, stop behind first support. If we go through and come down to test the 192 level, I'll buy back through this level. Okay, I put the 2 level as a resistance level. There's 198 as well, but again, pound just too oversold in the short term. Expect some counter trend action. The pair we're on now is Euro NZD. Now, in terms of the euro, it's been hammered against both the NZD and the AUD. I think out of the two setups, I like this one a little bit better now. And the reason I like it is we come in to 159 spot. We'll have to see if it holds, but it's a monthly support level. And you had that big red on Friday. We just finished off the low just above the round number. Now, this could be done with 2 trades. So you could put one in, let's say 159.40 away from the round number, and then add at 167. You can see the level at the top of my page, and then look for short covering up towards the 166 level. So the initial trade wouldn't have much risk on it. You're already in, you can add a second. Of course, the euro could run on more to the downside. If it runs on again, we'll just lower our entry. Okay, so yeah, they're the trades for this week, or trade ideas. In terms of missing some big moves, we missed a good few this week, but we did catch obviously the euro and the euro proxies, which really gave us a good profit overall. There were some trades that didn't do much at all, like yen against the commodity currencies, USD against the CAD. I'm looking for hopefully some action in those pairs in our favour next week, hopefully. It'll be an interesting week ahead. It will be another volatile week. We'll see what the week brings, but that is the video for now. Thank you for watching it. Take care and have a good day.